It's called augmented reality. I thought humans interfacing with this incredible third dimension, having sight, having smell, having taste, having touch, having emotions and feelings inside our hearts, I thought that was augmented reality. I thought that was consciousness. But now we're told it's the number one search, 5, 6 days running, Pokemon Go. In fact, some of the amazing crew members at our own office are playing it. And I'm not judging them for checking out something new and interesting. My kids have played Pokemon, the card game, years ago. You have these little monsters that you play against each other. You've got to go find the monsters, capture them, train them, all the rest of it. Whatever. Board games have been around. Chess games have been around 3,000, 4,000 years. That's great. The problem is that we see more and more people living in Second Life, buying Ferraris with real money that don't really exist, forming fake relationships in cyberspace, and becoming very unsuccessful in the real world. And we see the social engineers pushing as hard as they can to get people to tune out of the real world, this incredible planet hurtling through space, and our amazing moon, and all the other things that are happening on our planet, and dial into artificial systems created by Nintendo, or by Microsoft, or by Google, or by Apple. They are creating the universes in which we interface, instead of humans living in the real universe and being creative, sentient beings yourself. They are building false realities into which they want to induct you so they can play God. So I'm not saying anybody's bad who wants to play video games or who wants to be involved in World of Warcraft or any of that. All I'm saying is the metrics are there. Our IQs are dropping. The screen time is lowering our IQs. Our synapses are collapsing. Humanity is in crisis. And Pokemon Go is illustrating my own fact. Ambulance drivers, EMTs across not just the US but the world are saying that suddenly, because there's augmented reality, kids that have never been outside their house, that spend less time on average than prisoners do outside, are suddenly out in the real world looking for these mythical monsters so they can show off for their friends and collect more. So in a way, the Matrix is actually backfiring on itself as it attempts to go out and take over reality. That's what Microsoft and others have said they want for decades, is to have every real area of the world with this whole data list and this whole information cube around it to track what you do. But in a way, it's actually backfiring as people go out into the real world themselves looking for the false reality. But I can't get over the image of brain-dead zombies that we see on TV, walking, looking at their phones, going into traffic. I can't help but think about the images of people that walk into fountains at malls, or that drive off cliffs while they're watching their GPSs, or drive into raging rivers because they're making this their entire consciousness. I mean, I'm out here supposedly at a nearby golf course looking for one of these Pokemons, and I'm told that it's magically laid some eggs about 100 yards over there, and that I can go over there and watch it hatch and capture it for myself. But in truth, it's not really there. It's being geolocated. I'm being tracked, everything I'm doing, by the way, by this app. It admits it's been hacking millions of people's phones. And I'm now feeding this data to the matrix of where I am and what I'm doing to find some mythical projection that it's shooting onto my phone. Again, this is giving all of my personal privacy, all of my personal power over to Nintendo to sell my habits, to sell my behaviors, to sell my data to whoever they want. The studies don't lie. This dehumanizes you. This ends up destroying your humanity in the final equation. If you use it in limited amounts, sure, it's interesting. You can meet like-minded people that are into it. I'm not judging anybody, Lord knows. I'm just simply pointing out we should ask ourselves why Pokemon has been more popular the last 5, 6 days than porn. When I heard that the British exit from the Euro was more popular than porn, the only thing in years to beat that, I was proud of the people. Anti-globalism is number one, even above simulated procreation. But the truth is, porn is just like this. It's simulated. It isn't real. You're living through somebody else's template, somebody else's intercourse, somebody else's activities that are then edited and presented and sold to you, so while they live, you sleep. And that's all I'm saying. Every study, every piece of research shows it, that forest bathing and getting outdoors and being in the open air and looking up at the sky raises your awareness, raises your IQ, getting in the wind, feeling the reality, seeing the birds fly around in the air. But I tell you, it is sacrilege to the gamers and sacrilege to the TV heads who you get around and they don't talk about what's happening in the world. They don't talk about what they're doing with men or women. They don't talk about what they're doing with art. They don't talk about hiking or camping trips they're going on. They don't care about their work. They don't care about the world. They're cynical and don't care about the New World Order on average. All they want to do is live in their fantasy land. And I, for one, am sick and tired of that, and I'm reaching into those people that are living in false worlds built by other people, built by these gaming companies that make billions of dollars off of you, that this is the ultimate form of slavery. And let me be clear. A lot of the big game companies are patriots. A lot of the big game companies are listeners of mine. My God, I've been like 8 or 9 big video games over the years. I've signed contracts and let them use my voice or image. And there's a lot of good messages in video games, just like movies, just like TV. But there's some bad messages. And the globalists are basically pushing this because they don't want you to be involved in the real world. Look, it is kind of fun. I'm going to admit it. To just not look at the sunset over there and not look at the sky or the moon and just start looking at this. It's so much fun. It's so neat. Wait a minute, there's eggs over there. There's something hatching. Actually, this is pretty cool, guys. I'm into this. Over there, it's oh my God. Oh my God, I just found a new, can't you see it over there? It's right there, and now I can see it for myself. Ladies and gentlemen, right there. Trigglypuff is the newest Pokemon. It's given birth. Trigglypuff is giving birth. Trigglypuff is giving birth to a baby Darth Vader. It's my own fantasy land. I don't have to actually affect change in the real world. I can just believe whatever I want and be a star here. Oh my God.
Keep your hate speech off this Death Star. Keep your hate speech off this Death Star.
I've actually changed my mind now that I'm in the Matrix. Don't look outside the television or the internet or the computer. Only look into this world that's real. This world. This world where you could actually create something isn't real. The only world that's real is the world where Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama and your trusted local professors tell you what words you're allowed to use. So go back to your dorms and play Pokemon Go. And whatever you do, don't hack into Pokemon and actually create your own characters. Whatever you do, don't use their own memes and their own systems to wake people up. Just conform and pretend you were never conscious and you were never alive. And whatever you do, never visit, while the internet is still somewhat free, Infowars.com.